Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We should have a good one on tap here today. It's the Buccaneers coming in at 9-5, going up against the Falcons, who come in at 8-6. So, with the call of this Week 16 matchup, let's hand it over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. While the skies may be ominous, there's never a bad day for football. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They come up in an offset eye. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
Ready, Blue 80!
Now Ryan on first down. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. That throw good for 4. It's second down. All right, let's look at the offense. Devontae Freeman, this is a guy that you wanted to talk about, so take it away.
Brandon, have you seen a running back play with such joy as well as such fury? I love the way he runs the football and attacks defenses.
Six yards here to go for the offense on second down.
Ready, back 25!
Second down, here's Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The starting 11 defensively for Tampa Bay.
Lavonte David is a tackling machine. He's always where the ball is.
Back 25!
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Brandon, it's funny, isn't it? Oftentimes when we get with these offensive coordinators, they always talk about the word balance. Well, sometimes you take balance and just throw it out the window. Sometimes balance is using what keeps working. And that's what they were doing, throwing the football.
Kick is right through. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Ready, Blue 80!
Winston now to throw on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10.
Hey, man, watch the boot. Ready, Blue 80.
On 2nd down, Winston again. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. The starting defense for the Falcons.
Terrence Knighton's nickname, Pot Roast, was given to him, and he didn't like it at first. Now he says, don't call me Terrence. Holds down the middle against anyone trying to run the football.
So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on 3rd down.
Bunch formation,
Ready,
bunch formation.
Blue 80.
Come on, boys, come on.
On 3rd down, Winston. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Terrence Knighton in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down.
Let's go.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. It's taken to the 26. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And it'll be Falcon football as they take possession. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they don't him up because he's up for that.
And we'll see. And the ball is knocked out and finding the tight end Hooper. But the Falcons were able to recover, so they will keep possession. And that right there will set them back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
Tight end right. Tight end right.
Ready,
Penalty, here's Freeman. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
3 down, 3 down.
Ready, Blue 80.
On 2nd down, Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. So holding by the offense and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
Ready, 50.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
3rd down here for the offense after the incomplete pass.
3 down, 3 down. Hey,
They
check,
come
check.
up in an offside. Now it's Ryan. And this is Gabriel on the catch. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down.
I don't know how many times Not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. So on 4th down, the Falcons will call on Matt Bosher to punt it away. And continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let it affect you, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter, and they've got it here with a first down.
Strong right! Strong right!
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
Easy, easy! Check!
On 1st and 10, Winston. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now the passing game here in the second quarter is starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean into it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence. I can't help it. I'm just sitting back in admiration right now. This defense tells everyone that plays against them, you're not beating us running the football. That's who we are. That's what we're about. It's not going to happen. If you're going to beat us, you better pick another way.
We got 4 down.
Second down, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Robert Kimdichie in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Big sack on second down. Now the offense needs to convert here on 3rd.
Easy. Ready. Blue ready. Check hot route. Hot. Motion.
3rd and long for Winston. And that is incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside. Here in this second quarter. Here's Brian Anger now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
Alert! Alert! Three down!
Second down, here's Ryan. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
The play clock. And the play clock running very low, so Dan Quinn decides to call for a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Double tight. We got three, fellas. We got three.
First and 10. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And a big face mask penalty here, 15 yards.
You never want to get your hands up in the face mask area because your fingers can get tangled up there, and that can hurt you as a player.
Tight right. We got three down. Ready, space. Check, crunch.
Ryan on the handoff. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There's a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it two different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
Key to tight end. Three down. Ready, blue, 80, go.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game. They dropped the defensive end out. They ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
They come up to the now Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. A nice gain of 21 yards.
This offense is in rhythm now, just accumulating first downs and moving the ball downfield.
You don't want that. Get out of here, baby.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Heavy. Key 26, key 26.
They come out with one back and three tight ends. And finding the tight end Hooper.
Good job.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Tight ends on the Lucy. Tight ends on the Lucy. Tight ends on the Lucy. Three down.
Now Ryan on second down. This will be caught at the 2. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that can line up anywhere, in the slot, out.
And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. As the first half is winding down, and the Falcons will extend their lead. Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Three down.
Ready?
Room here. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Tight end left. Tight end left. 3 down. Ready. Blue ready. Here we go.
Jameis on second down. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion.
3 down.
They come out here
Hey,
in the eye.
3 down.
This is Marshall. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Move. Ready.
Final play and a half here. Winston. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we will toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando. That's where we check in with Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call? We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. His throw incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
Key him. Key the tight end.
Ready. Blue ready.
4 down. 4 down.
My 50. My 50.
He's
Second down throw for Winston. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And now they're in the hurry up.
Flip it. Kill. Ready. Blue ready.
Jameis now on 1st down. He's got time. He's got his man in stride, complete. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because there's just a tough coverage.
Here's Winston, firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Tight left. Tight ends left. Even. 4
Ready.
down.
Blue ready.
Great fake here on 1st down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he takes it down deep into Atlanta territory. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play.
Let's go now.
I do, because a lot of the time...
And Winston lost the football. Does the big boy have the juice? The 40. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
Man, it takes me back to when we saw the offensive coordinator and the head coach felt pretty good about their game plan. Thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open.
Watch left,
That's a good start for him.
Tight end to the left, tight end left.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
58.
Tight dog.
Left.
Watch the twist. Watch the
He's
twist.
on the 7-yard line now. It's 1st and goal. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
They come out here in the eye. Defense digging in again here. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Gerald McCoy is so slippery and elusive in the interior of the defense. I don't care who has the assignment to block him. It usually ends up having to take at least 2. And most of the time, that's not enough either. Witness that tackle for a loss.
So backed up to the 6 now. 3rd and goal.
We got 4.
Play clock winding down. On 3rd and goal, Ryan. This pass caught at the 4. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Gano's kick is right through. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the third quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods of practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. 7 yards to go on second down.
Tight left. 4 down.
Ready.
Alert.
Blue ready.
Now a second down throw for Winston. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
For a second there, I thought that might break big.
Tight end
Screen
right.
pass. Looked like it was
Tight end
coming
right.
together. Looked like there was an opening. Still ended up with a solid game.
Winston now. He's going to float this one deep right. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey.
Time running out here on the quarter. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this third quarter of play. Back now in Tampa. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth. Second down to the offense, needing 5 yards.
Tight right.
They come up in an offset eye. Second down, here's Ryan. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Check. Tight right. Solo out there. Check the outs out there. Switch.
Here's Coleman.
Run.
He's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Even.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Hey, I'm coming after you.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On 2nd down, Freeman.
Go. It's run.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
How many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick, and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Right. We got three, fellas, we got three.
Freeman, the lone man in the backfield.
58 is a mic. Going 58.
They'll give it to him here.
Run.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
You got three down. Blue 80. Right over there. Yeah.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
Way to be there, baby.
Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off.
Yeah, baby, that's
after
what I'm
this.
talking about. All day.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Tight end. Hey, guys, check me out. Ready. We got 3 down, but we got to stay.
Ryan's going to give it to Freeman. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Ten yards still left on second down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
3 down. Gun. He's coming. We got double up.
And they'll run with Freeman. Down to the 20. And the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down.
Hey. You got 3. 3 down.
Holden now. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Tight ends on the loosey. Flip it. He's coming. Easy. Hey, watch the edge.
Back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. A great read and picked off. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out? Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but For the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Hey.
21.
Kill.
Devontae Freeman. And Freeman lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And hold everything here. This one is not over yet. They return it for the touchdown.
They continue to fight, don't they?
This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. Oh, I think the Bucs got it, and they did. Tampa Bay football. So they've accomplished half the mission, Charles. They get the onside kick. They do need a touchdown here, but they've got some time to do it.
In the excitement, there's no need to press.
Cut his
Plenty of
left.
time.
Cut
They
his
have
left.
the opportunity. Now they just need to execute
Four
and
down, four
finalize
down.
things.
Ready.
To throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Got him. And it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there in the final minute. And the Bucs are now an extra point away from leading this game. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. So out come the Falcons now. They only need a field goal. Obviously the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left,
Right.
now you
He's
get a
tight right here,
decision.
tight on the
Are
right,
you
tight
in
on the
field
right.
goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from
Ready.
7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another one.
He can't get a throw
Let's go.
off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more
Tight
to
end left.
use
Tight end
here in the
left.
final stages.
Three down.
Hey, check.
Check safety.
To throw.
Hey, throw it.
And this is Gabriel on the catch. They find some open field here. The 20. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. So how many practices have we watched over time where the offense works on scoring late in the game and finding a way to win, as we just saw there?
Just saw it right there. Now can they preserve that advantage that they just got? So they're going to go for 2.
Tight on this side, boys. Tight on the left. Move.
Ready, Blue 80.
To throw forward is Ryan. So they're able to get the 6, but they cannot get in on the 2-point conversion. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Tight right. 3 down. Hey,
Ready.
He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's brought down after a good
That ain't work.
gain. It's a gain of 24 that time. And it'll give the Bucks a first down. And they're going to speed things up here. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Falcons, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Tampa.